Check this out. How sharp he looks. Damn. Wow.
How'd it go in there, Aidan?
Here we go. Basically, the prosecutor didn't do his homework in time. We sent the memorandum over yesterday, filed it with the court. Apparently, the Commonwealth does not work after 5 o'clock. Your children have to do homework, but the Commonwealth stops working at 5 o'clock. They need time to prepare. They were not prepared for this hearing, and the judge is allowing them to basically move the hearing to next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. But we came prepared. They did not. That's typical of everything that's happened with not only my case, but with the Karen Reed case. And we look forward to the fight. I was looking forward to this day that we actually got to fight back in a place that mattered, a courtroom instead of on YouTube or on a blog. And we got to actually, I was looking forward to this. But apparently they were not prepared, and they're not going to be prepared because the facts of the matter are not on their side. So, but my overriding question here after reading all of the motions and reading the warrants and what they applied for it is, they have been building a case against me for months. They have been pulling security footage inside this courtroom about the exact timestamp that I went to take a leak. And they've been putting so much effort into that, applying for warrants, getting phones, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to remind everybody, it has now been 77 days to the day in which 𝗥𝗏𝗏 told troopers Buchanan and Proctor that a Ford Edge was parked outside of 34 Fairview Road at 3 a.m. in the exact position where John O'Keefe's body would be discovered 3 hours later. John O'Keefe, reminder, was a Boston police officer, and they are doing nothing. They have done nothing in the last 77 days to find out who was driving that car that was very quite likely the lead suspect in whoever murdered John O'Keefe. They've done nothing because they've been busy. They've been pulling surveillance video in there for what time I took a leak on July 25th. That's what matters to the Commonwealth. That's how perverted these people are. That's how incompetent these people are. And they know that you're all seeing it, and they don't care. They're pushing forward anyway. Well, it's not going to work out the way that they think it is, because the facts are on our side, truth is on our side, justice is on our side, and if they thought that they could shut me up with these bogus charges, they are completely wrong. So I look forward to next Wednesday, 3 o'clock. I'm sorry that you had to come out here. I appreciate y'all seeing her. You didn't get to see anything actually happen because, again, the Commonwealth doesn't like doing homework after 5 o'clock, and we do. So we came prepared. They did not, and they get an extension. They're the naughty kid in class that forgot his homework. Maybe the dog ate the homework, and they get an extra week because the teacher feels bad for them. So I look forward to being here next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. So I appreciate everybody coming out here.
So they're saying that the document wasn't filed until after court closed yesterday. How would they have time to prepare?
I believe it was 4:42. See, now, Kenneth Mello has internet at home, just like we do. He can go on mass courts, he can see the filings. So nothing was stopping him from going on, reading the filing, and issuing a memorandum of response.
So it's his prerogative to work through the night because the filing was...
Yes, it's his prerogative to work. I mean, they chose this. I didn't choose this. So if he doesn't want to work hard on this case, that's up to him.
So you have said that you told your followers that you went into a bathroom and asked questions of 𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗃, but now you're saying that wasn't true, that statement, that was a lie? Or
no, I did. So I went into the bathroom. I came in there. 𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗃 was in there. I stood next to him, and I began engaging him in conversation about his involvement in the murder cover-up of John O'Keefe. And he left about 30 to 40 seconds before me. And as soon as he left, I took my phone out and I put it on top of the urinal. The sinks are right directly behind the urinal in there. I took a picture in there today just to show everyone. The sinks are directly behind the urinal. If Buchanan was washing his hands, which he did, then he would have been there. But he was not, because he was gone. So I took the phone and I filmed myself in there. I turned to a stall. There's a stall directly next to me, and I pretended to speak to him. He was not in there. They are using that as probable cause for wiretapping, except they forgot one important thing. A key aspect of wiretapping is you need intercepted audio, which they don't have. 𝗫𝗏𝗏𝗃's voice is nowhere on that 12-second video that I posted on Twitter, and they used that. They were trolled into filing for a warrant not understanding the statute, not understanding that audio is required for
You
interception.
troll your followers then too, because you presented that as fact.
Yeah, I trolled the government. That's correct, and they fell for it. They're pretty incompetent.
Are you glad that the judge looked at this? The first thing he said out the gate is this is a First Amendment issue.
Yes, it absolutely is a First Amendment issue. The First Amendment has been held up time and time again in this country. Liberals, conservatives alike, 9-0 decisions with the Supreme Court constantly. This is clearly a First Amendment issue. This is a unique bail petition hearing because, like my attorney said, we're not trying to make it so that I can play softball on the weekends or go out of state or anything like that. We're trying to amend the conditions so that I can do my job safely, so that I don't have to live with a cloud over my head, that if I say the wrong thing and if I report on this matter accurately, that one of these 8 individuals can say, well, I feel unsafe, or I'm fearing as a result of him reporting on the things that I'm doing. Because that's ultimately the basis of their case altogether, is that I'm reporting about what they're doing, I'm reporting the facts, I'm going up to them and asking them questions in person at public events, I'm following the law, I haven't trespassed on anyone's property, and because I'm asking them these questions, they feel arbitrarily unsafe. This court, I apologize, Stoughton District Court, the judges down there twice now have ruled against 2 of the 8 alleged victims and said that they applied for harassment prevention orders against me, which were denied on First Amendment grounds. Now essentially the same exact argument is being made and an order has been granted. What has changed? Nothing. The facts have not changed, and we look forward to, hopefully the government can come prepared next time and we can actually debate this in court.
And do you think this could have a chilling effect on other journalists?
Absolutely. You should be worried about that. Every media outlet should be worried about this. You, when we were out there talking to Jennifer McCabe, you also had a microphone in her face, right? And what if she said that you made her feel uncomfortable? You know, how would you feel if you were brought to your, arrested in front of your children, brought to Stoughton District Court in handcuffs and shackles, and paraded out to the media like you're some sort of hardened criminal? The implications this could have on journalists everywhere should shock us all to the core.
So we put in a records request to get your arrest and your transport. They're denying that. But if we get your permission to get the video, Tully's video of you being, searched, your house being searched, I think with your permission, we'll probably can get it released. It includes the transport to the Stoughton District Court. Are you guys good with that? Getting that out there?
Everything's due, Ted, at the December 5th pretrial, so we should have it then.
Okay.
At the latest.
All right. Awesome.
Aidan, how strong do you think your case is?
I think our case is extremely strong. The facts are on our side. We have not intimidated anyone. We have not put anyone in fear. All we've done is reported. All we've done is investigated. We've asked questions of people who, many of whom are subjects of a federal investigation into the cover-up of the murder of a Boston police officer. I am questioning subjects of that, people that have been grand juried, that have been subpoenaed, that have been visited by the FBI and the district attorney's office, who is also under investigation by the FBI, is protecting them and weaponizing the judicial system. The same exact troopers, the same exact detectives, and the same exact prosecutors who I have been accusing of being complicit in this are the ones who filed these charges and came to my house and put me in handcuffs. That should shock us all. There's 2,000 state troopers in the state. They could have picked anyone. They chose Brian Tully, who has been signing all of the fraudulent police reports submitted to him by conflicted state trooper Michael Proctor and 𝗬𝗓𝗄𝗏. So I feel very confident moving forward. So.
All right.
Good job, guys. Nice. I'm with you, Daddy. All right, here we go.
Hearing on.
Does anyone have any questions about the hearing?
Happy with the judge?
Very happy with the judge. Excellent. I have no problem with Judge 𝗏 trying to be as fair as he can to the Commonwealth. We're ready to go. We're the good guys. We want this sort of vacated. We're not here to compromise. We're not here to work something out. We want these unconstitutional orders vacated, and that's what we're going to do next week. So,
Is it possible for the judge to just...
Next Wednesday at 3.
So what's actually going to happen Wednesday at 3?
What was supposed to happen today?
Yeah, what was supposed to happen today. Typically, lawyers don't file memoranda on these type of bail reviews. So I thought I was helping the court, and Judge Krupp wants to be fair to the Commonwealth, that's fine with me. We'll wait. We'll get it done. You know, we have the prevailing arguments, and we're very confident, and we fully expect that Judge Krupp is going to grasp the notion that, you know, we're here for constitutional rights, fundamental rights, not to go, you know, expand a curfew for a couple hours or, you know, go play softball on Saturday. This is incredibly important.
So who put the screen in there?
Not us.
Okay. All right.
How often are journalists arrested in Massachusetts for their reporting?
It's unprecedented. This prosecution is unprecedented. We contend that it's for ulterior purposes. It's unconstitutional, and you know, the silver lining here is that we hope that there'll be some law created here that will stop this kind of behavior in the future, that will protect all of you, who, as Aidan said, you know, you guys should be up in arms about this. You guys should have a microphone in one hand and a sign in the other. This implicates all of you. You know, it's not the guy who posts cat videos on YouTube that needs the First Amendment. It's the guy that tries to get to the truth, the guy that has to employ hard-nosed tactics, show up at people's games, show up at their houses. None of this is a surprise. None of this is new journalism. This has been going on for 100 years. The fact that the government one day just decided to make it a crime is horrifying, and that's why we're here.
And one of the things that Judge Krupp said was that I was leading the rolling rally, certainly. The completely peaceful protest rolling rally. There was no honking going on. That never happened. It was a peaceful procession of people to public places. We stood on sidewalks. We followed the law. We didn't trespass. We didn't do any of that. We never threatened anyone. And we said so. Where's the Ford Edge? That's what we wanted to know. All we wanted to do was simply speak to these people or protest peacefully about a matter of public concern. And the judge said, well, what about all the other people? Are they journalists too? And the answer is yes. Everyone with the camera right now who is filming this and has a social media account is technically a journalist. You are reporting on it just as much as anyone else. What makes me more of a journalist than you? Because I created a free WordPress blog? No, we're all journalists. We're all seeking truth out there.
We're all Turtleboy.
That is, we are all Turtleboy.
Are they pursuing charges against all the protesters?
No, I mean, and that should concern a lot of people, quite frankly, is that,
the judge
you know,
mentioned journalistic privilege, but how much of it is privilege and how much is a right? And if it's a right for journalists, isn't it a right for anybody?
Well, we need a statute in Massachusetts. There's no statute in Massachusetts, but there are some protections that you can cobble together based on case law that we're working on. But there really needs to be a statute in the state to protect journalists from these types of cases.
What would it say that isn't in the First Amendment?
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry.
Well, the statute. What would a statute say that's not already in the First Amendment?
Well, it would have to protect journalists from criminal charges for simply exercising their First Amendment fundamental rights.
Journalism.
Well, then wouldn't that protect everybody?
Many states have it.
Yeah.
It should protect everyone. Yeah, there really shouldn't be any special carve out for journalists. Everyone in this country should be able to, if they come across something that they want to disclose, they want to investigate, they want to share with the public, anyone should be able to do that without risk of, you know, in this case, the very same governmental entity that's being investigated, down to the very same squad of police officers, then use the machinery of the state to file charges against people investigating them. That's unprecedented and outrageous, and we contend that that's a further violation of Mr. Kearney's civil rights as well.
Aidan, can you comment on the amount of support you've gotten from your supporters and other journalists?
Yeah, well, I haven't got much support from journalists. I'm disappointed to see a lot of headlines from the media. If you read any of the headlines from Mass Live or WCVB, which is basically state propaganda at this point, and it just says, you know, blogger charged with 8 counts of felonies for allegedly threatening witnesses. They don't actually look at the merits of the case because they haven't been investigating this. If they actually did, they would see that nobody's been threatened. Quite the opposite. Check out the most recent article on tvdailynews.com. You can see on there, I put 40 instances of when I literally say, we come in peace, we are not a threat. We just want to tell the truth. We just have some questions. That's all we're looking for. Why did Jennifer McCabe Google how long to die in cold at 2:27? I still don't know why any human being would Google that if they didn't think somebody was dying in the cold. And it's not a crime to seek an answer to a question. It is the most American thing you can possibly do. And we will never stop fighting for that. They thought that they could come to my house, put me in handcuffs and shackles, and scare me and intimidate me. They are the ones intimidating me. But we're not, I'm not intimidated. And we're gonna fight, and we're gonna win this. And at the end of the day, a year from now, it will be them who is standing on these courthouse steps in the defendant's chair, and it will be me as a member of the media covering them.
They're corrupt too. The media is corrupt.
Absolutely.
So,
All right.
All right.
thank you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys for coming.
Good job.
Thank you. Good job. Thanks, everybody. All right, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
Hey, what panel?